The top 16 startup scale-up companies from across Europe were a major presence at IoT World, Europe's most comprehensive Internet of Things event in Dublin this November. Held on the 21st and 22nd of November in Dublin's iconic convention centre, IoT World Europe featured over 100 exhibitors and startups, 175 visionary speakers and 2,500 IoT professionals. Startup Scaleup is a pan-European accelerator for IoT startups with hubs in Ireland, Spain, Netherlands and Lithuania. We have worked with over 120 excellent startups in IoT from 26 countries to help them scale their business. Startup Scaleup's tailored 6-month accelerator will make sure that our IoT startups will have all they need to succeed internationally. The program is a mix of events and resources, both online and at the hubs, underpinned by a foundation of unique services, experienced mentors, IoT experts, developers and facilities. Startup Scaleup is co-funded by the EU Commission under the Startup Europe initiative. The startups at IoT World came from a variety of sectors, from health to wearables to analytics and industrial IoT. Each startup engaged the delegates and public at their own booth in the exhibition area and a pitching slot on the Project Kairos stage in front of judges. The pitches were split by vertical, and 3 of the 7 categories were won by startup scale-up companies Carbon Shark, Warden Automation and Zito. Throughout the event, the companies networked with corporate and conference delegates to create those vital connections to launch their companies. Afterwards, the companies were introduced to select investors and corporates at the Startup Scale-up organised event on a boat on the River Liffey in Dublin's Silicon Docks, home to the European headquarters of companies like Google, Facebook and Twitter. Startup Scaleup was also represented on stage by Tanya Suarez, CEO of startup scale-up partner BlueSpecs, in a talk titled Jack or Jill and the Giant Corporate, 5 Tips for Working Together. Using the experience of the 120 startup scale-up companies, Tanya highlighted some of the challenges startups face when working with large corporations and provided key steps to creating successful relationships. The Startup Scale-up booth was situated near the startup pitching stage. Project partners were on hand to provide information to visitors about the Startup Scale-up IoT Accelerator, the startups at IoT World Europe and the work of the Startup Europe office. Contact us at startup-scaleup.eu to find out more, or follow us on Twitter.